Well, hello. It is Jenni McKenna with McKenna Property Management, and I am going to go over in detail the new law that took place as of October 1st, 2025, the AB 121, which is about full transparency of advertised rent here in the Las Vegas, Southern Nevada area. So AB 121 states that anything that is being charged monthly must be advertised to the general public. So for example, you have a rental that is at $1,700 and you want to collect a monthly sewer charge because in Las Vegas, they won't let the resident turn sewer on in their name. The management company has the owner pay the sewer bill quarterly and then just charges the resident for that sewer bill at $22 per month. You now have to advertise that rental at $1,722. It's a utility. Why would that be part of rent? The resident or the soon-to-be tenant is going to know that there are utility charges attached to the dwelling that they're going to be living in. But AB 121 wants full transparency, so sewer now needs to be part of the rent. So that $1,700 base rent is now having to be advertised at $1,722. I'm not sure why. You would think that if that's the case, why is electricity and water not being advertised with the rent? They did some picking and choosing, and I don't know. The other thing that really bothers me is the fact that some owners got solar panels for the benefit of the environment to try and make sure that there is an advantage of using less electricity and helping with electric bills. These owners have either a leasing fee or a service fee. Sometimes they even have payments on the solar panels. So what we've seen as a management company is the owner saying, hey, the resident is going to end up getting a huge benefit from these solar panels in their electric bill. So can we charge just a flat electricity fee so that, their bill is only going to be about $40? So can we charge like $100, which is way less than what a $400, electric bill in the summer would be? And then that way it helps offset what we installed on the property for the benefit of that resident. So now with AB 121, you have your $1,700 base, you have your $22 a month in sewer, and now you have $100 in what we would call as a line item for the solar panels. Now you are at $1,822 as advertised rent, but the base rent is still $1,700. So if I am out there looking for rental property, am I going to know as a general public, as just somebody that is not in the rental world, I find a rental every 5 or 6 years, am I going to understand that these new rent prices, that $1,822, includes the benefit of the solar and the $22 sewer that I kind of calculated when I was calculating my base rent? I don't know. Is it going to hurt owners in the marketing aspect? I guess if everybody has to do it and if everybody will do it, probably not. Because in 30, 60 days, everybody will catch on that, oh, I see that all of these rents are including, these advertised rents are including all of these other line items that are helpful for me. Let's hope. Let's hope that that's what it is. Because my opinion is that our Nevada legislation wanted to push rent control. And when that didn't get enough traction here in Nevada, the politicians decided that they needed to do something to draw more traction for rent control. So one thing they thought of is, why don't we inflate the rents? Because isn't that what they've done? Haven't they inflated the advertised rent? They call it being transparent with the residents. I think it's kind of convenient that it all happened at this time when when they couldn't get rent control passed through legislation. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I've been doing this for a long time though, and it just seems like this is a weird law to have passed. Now, there might be some truth to the fact that they needed to do something for transparency. Not to say that management companies were being deceitful. For everyone that I mastermind with, communicate with, that's a professional management company, they fully disclose all monthly charges. They do it in their advertising, in the body of the advertising. They certainly do it when the application comes in. And then, of course, they're doing it on the lease. I've heard, though, that in the world of apartments, it was getting a little crazy. They would advertise advertise one rent to get the person through the door. And then by the time everything got added up, it was like $400 or $500 more than the advertised apartment rent. I didn't see it. I'm going to believe that that's true because I'm being told by, reputable people, but I personally never saw that. I also heard from somebody that was on the courthouse steps in a TikTok video. She was just yelling at the top of her lungs that owners were making residents pay for property taxes and HOA fees on top of base rent. Never saw that. I've never seen that anywhere. Even when I have adopted leases that we take over, that the owners have created their own leases, never saw any of that. But maybe it was out there. I know that in the vacation home rental, just as of about 6 months ago, every time I go on, I do notice that there's this number that says this is everything included. So their admin fee, their cleaning costs, whatever else that they wanted to charge. They put it in one number. I know that it's called the Taylor Swift situation when it came to Ticketmaster. Ticketmaster now has to disclose everything because they were getting extremely greedy with the Taylor Swift Era Tour. So I'm going to say that's maybe why they did it. Full transparency. We're going to comply with it, and everybody else hopefully will comply with it because I want to be on a level ground with everyone else. But that is AB 121. I guess we'll see how it is. Hopefully this has helped you a little bit on dissecting it out. This was effective. It took effect as of October 1st, 2025, and now we'll just see what happens.